Here we are going to see AWS EC2 service, Elastic Compute Cloud, Elastic, then Compute Cloud 2 times C. So that is service is called EC2. That means how to launch virtual servers or instances in the cloud. In our case, we will be seeing that how to launch Linux server, how to launch Windows server by using EC2 service. It is one of the most important service in AWS cloud. So I'm taking one example. Suppose my company wants to launch own web server. That means we want on premises web server. So what I have to do, I have to purchase some physical server. So whenever we are going to order for the physical server, first of all we have to decide which operating system we will need, whether we will read Red Hat Enterprise Linux or Community Enterprise Edition, that means CentOS or Ubuntu or Windows 2016 server. Then we have to decide which how much RAM we want, 8 GB, 16 GB or 32 GB or 64 GB. Then processor i3, i5, i7 or certain AMD processor or ARM type of processor. Then hard disk, whether you want magnetic hard disk or SSD type of hard disk. Then what should be your LAN card or NIC card. That means what should be the capacity, 1 GB or 10 GB. That means when we have to physically purchase the server, we have to decide about the CPU, memory, storage. Then we have to ask for what should be the networking type of thing. Then when we are going to order that server, it is going to take weeks for us to get that server. Then we have to configure that server. Sometimes the process can take even months. But in our case, in cloud, suppose same thing we want. But here what we have to do, instead of OSA, we say that AMI, we have to change Imagine Machine Image. Here also we have to specify whether RHEL or Imagine Linux 2 and or Ubuntu or Windows 2016 server. Then we have to specify, instead of RAM, here they say memory. It could be 1 GB, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64 and much more. Then CPU, we called here it is virtual CPU. We can specify 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, how many. Then storage, whether you want EBS mean permanent storage or temporary type of storage. EBS is elastic block storage, instance storage is your temporary storage. And here instead of NIC, we have to specify network performance, whether 5 gigabit, 10 gigabyte, 20 gigabit or 25 gigabit. That means different. Now when what will happen, in our case we will get some menu, console will be there where we can choose all these things, and within minutes we can get our virtual server. It could be based on Windows operating system, it could be based on any of the Linux flavor. So that is that means quickly we can create our virtual server or instances in the cloud, and it is very easy, flexible also, and choices are much more, and no need for anybody's help. You have to just go to the your cloud service provider's console, and you can without any human intervention, you can what you can do, you can provision your resources.